as well. Mame Emma, the Honorable Alan Kojo Kyerematen Achi, na me mano akwaba. Honorable, good morning. And pom to saying,
Mr. Speaker.
Honorable.
I was where?
It's good to see you.
Good to see you. I'm not quite there. What and I who compare a bank loan?
Me Honorable, me
Hey, Speaker.
I want you.
And Bibia, Unyamia Daroma.
That's right.
A dano susuno. Ya dasi bibia koye pa bibia koye na ansana ense ye behye enkomodie na ase no mepese meda menua sakasi ase efise ni padodo na enim adwuma Kessben ni wura no waye na se Ghana yenya ne seso Dukrampa. Can I Ghana and get any problem?
Very well. Yeah, that's it. It's the Honorable Alan Kojo Kyerematen, leader for Movement for Change, and then the ARC at that Yeneno ADM Komo Anope. Just as we promised you, beginning this month, I mean, presidential aspirant, Womo Airborne Tour. Ghana for Montuabama we are subjecting womo policies any womo programs are womo suggested edema Ghana for Ninano to proper scrutiny and obey the man Alan Kojo Kyerematen has availed himself said yeneno enisa komwe abo so far yemra campaign so wako rounds kakra wako from the north uwe ye oko the eastern part kofrodia and in patemu we see for Movement for Change a buy any rounds are why no so far send an yema esitia
nyamia daroma ekoye pa
okay
it couldn't be any better na strategy amede a share campaign aseno and he said me se be pese me ko dwom
okay
be bia me ko bia medical na mako menu amba ene ya ma menu a omo dwom na mako na menu omo akodi nkomo evi say wo pese unya the heartbeat of Ghana for baby a Ghana for adwene ene o makomo wo paade a ene speaker edwom na obenya die ekoso pa obeti ase
e wo mind mu ankasa
evi so say wo kodwom a ho de nani abire oton no ma
exactly
enti enya de a obetimi kura ka say wo ko mobilize ni pa bia kogu e de aye politics okwa de omu feeling na nua na ombe yi a kirew anoti me say medical alcohol
okay
na chese mi wie kura sana matoa me campaign so enti so far ba bia ko bia nyame aton super gu so
okay
na on say hono so no say the make no organic love and nobody share ba bia be ko bia mentimi nyi ba kompom frim na eno na emma me da nyame ase pa say me hwe edo a wo de hia me throughout ba kokra mpo nima different na ma won say onyame ti ase
emma when it does was say baby a Ghana edu ye hear that level of change Ghana for do na no say one more air kwakoto aba one be show personality so ato aba ne de amount
sa if you say baby a mekobia no de meti ene say afa NDC ni MPP ya breomo
okay
in fear duasa mienu 32 years omo ba ban mu senka baby anka san bi ese baby anka na anka sa badara so still how are you woman de dodo na kan se afa de yensisem
okay
na yehwe se bia no bema Ghana akonani ma enti na amana kwa se MPP ni NDC de bomuni enidaso wo mu na mu aka ni pa foforo na
ode ne ho beba
sign na ye beba na enti na je se media I say hwa no mo hwemani na mu no mo se omo ntemenka
okay
bi kwa ponim se no ma free MPP mu ana omo ni se ma free kwa omo ni se me begina
okay
ti me di call round so na ama me sa akonya ni se memo matia se ampenya pa meba mi amatimi ko efre no butterfly movement afafranto na me gina me contest for elections general elections no
yeah
eti so far so good
So far, so good. Now, quite an interesting one. I mean, you are the first presidential candidate watching me at your board. I launch a policy document. I mean, the way forward, the blueprint. The Ghana for more Kenyana obepe so ediabu my Ghana. You cut the great transformational plan. Idea.
Person church mu kakra. Say, uti asori o, uti company o, say ubu man o. The edi kanya say o yen say unya planner. Odi baye adwuma no.
Okay.
If say uni planner, na che say dey na wugina so a odi ebeye ekuo no. Ana say asone kura wate odi baye adwuma. Ana company wate no odi baye adwuma. Enti eno no ema the abrofu beka say ema roadmap.
Okay.
Eno na kyerɛw ekwan a obefa so a wani so ade ehunu no ebetimi abem. Ti me kan ka say manya ade asimi ani so say me pese me fra ba nwane de say me di kan ni say I must have a plan. No be ka say o na na say parties na e wo dada no wo mo so e wo plan.
Yeah.
Na say wo hwa NDC ni MPP efiti sa fie o mo ba mu nyina so e koto aba de o mo de ba no enye plan o mo de ba e manifesto na manifesto de manifesto de speaker.
Yes.
Manifesto so wutie mu ye pa a catalog of promises na je say ye promise o say ye ba be we
Okay.
E kwan be fa so a de akase ye be ne ye be no ye nkyerɛkyerɛ mu
manifesto ni
ye nkyerɛkyerɛ manifesto mu enti na kwa promises once they be out here nipa do no na say na mo promises say
yes
say na komutumi kyerɛkyerɛ mu say ma promise we ba say na mefa so me na obetuma challenge you say media de wo kan ba hu say entime mbam
ana anya
adwuma
okay
na wan kyerɛkyerɛ mu dia na kwa eye say waka no tra ana me say da bi media meka say meye say ne mo ma kyerɛkyerɛ kwa mefa so a meye no say de be ya nipa no betuma agina masam no so na wo matimi enwu se ade matimi aya anamenye chen na dikan na se wo hwa se parties bienu a omadi Ghana nim for 32 years aka 5 months boso miensa ye kwa koto aba wo matimi fa plan bia mbae ye betimi agina so aka se ye hu de mbae se kanye mbae no nka ebetimi magana peja na nka peja dada Must still mupase mo babio na mo ba de na mo ba be anya kura nko ba na de nka mo fan teaching papers on here up to 9 by and I media me say medical de media na ba medical media pese nipa no omo pese mu no mo ka say Alan
okay
wona ubetimi aye adwuma but speaker we de menka bibi ansa na
yes yeah details
on say Ghana say your home
okay
yes kasem economy no enkoye but I can tell you say it goes beyond that e won say no how kase there so but ya no pa na say here say pese ekwanima de here pa say adwene won say Ghana enchiche mu a abaye mu no the division any polarization na and then bibia e wo Ghana akoye ntokwa
politics NPP ni
NDC akoye politics so want me fa bibia ento apostle and discuss abra politics mbem now say want me mbu man say o enti say no the Ghana for here number 1 and say ye benya an independent candidate na say ye to no so aba ono ani nyina so ne ye gina dia to no so aba nyese party
Entina yeto
no so aba
okay
eno ne ade a Mr. Ghana for say yentie sasma mike pa if say party na do ba dia na say the party no epe na wo ba be say you are not there for Ghana, you are there to represent the interests of your party
okay
and after so say wo hwa enam say ye gina party so ne edi to aba nti say abanba no share project bi ase a ofiri so a aban foforo a ebeba no say project that you and you to aso
Yeah, jato.
ye jato na esa no na che say o man na ye ha no tindie di kan number 1 and he say it is time say afa ye bepe independent candidate ono de ogina finfin Ghana nti no de ba eno ne number 1 eno ni de nti a man kwate party foforo a me se meko
Content crop.
content crop ye to so bienum enam say ye mu achiche ni nti na ema ye nko enimo ni nti no Ghana needs a government of national unity.
Okay.
One will say ye nyan kaboma ban a tabia sa division na papa mo no still enkoda. It's only a government of national unity. And
Yemfo bia embrem.
Yemfo bia embrem na because yemfo bia embrem a na nya say bia wo mo ye party amanyosem kwa.
Okay.
Party for mrem so ye NDC o ye NPP o so ACPP o na mum wo mo so enya politics no so kra no so ye mfo mo mbrem say business wo mo be business technocrats wo mo labor union si we na no betka so bet be buma union for nka ho ana say wo mo ye kwia wo mo ni representative in government wo mo sorry ma Muslim for how can you govern a country as we be bema say ni pe nyina omo nka ho anu ti se Ghana for tie mi ya mo nyina sa no ma miensa yi so
okay
na omo ema nsaimra de di kan se na maka no enam say emu achiche no you need an independent candidate with my Ghana for abom. Number 2 say no we need a government of national unity. Amambuo no obia ebeka wodi na adwene ebaba. Na first number 3 so yenjai promises no manifesto promises. Yenfa plan in adwuma.
Yo. 9 o'clock on the dot. Kessben 92.9. Oh, here TV. So we are live across the country. DSTV. So now we are channel 364. Go TV. So channel 121. Many the Honorable Kyerematen, leader at the Movement for Change and ADN Komo plus the ARC. Womunino at the Womu endorsement. No aman. Honorable. Last week Monday na me war a year moving pick. Na I mean over 1 hour. And na ujina wa 9 so ode. When this were dehuno etudra mayemra the GTP Great Transformational Plan so makai mubia na
I say Bible the gospel according to
Kyerematen. I see a lot of interesting things there are salient points I'm highlight here maybe sa honsem no but mamemma akwanya no base medu na chiremu the thematic areas me who say we're putting into clusters na yen chiremu na Ghana frontiers na fe yemra the substantive voice.
Yo say GTP no
yes
wo chichemu nsia chese ana ponko nsia
okay
the di kan economy the kan economy ana say yesikasem hihye ho the toso mienu amanyosem governance
okay
nti ono so ne chapter ana yewo infrastructure here pa
okay
and sana wapa social services so almost yesika semu here infrastructure so here so we catch us education any health enu kra here chain enu no nti enu so ewo ni na poa enu so ka GTP enu che so say energy chese untimi enye mfididwuma energy nkania ni ho nti eno so e ne po a ye na eno no energy no so no ekwan e befa so a ye nyame abode a ode amayen minerals gold ni ade ewe nhihye ben ni ade ebeye sa ndwuma no eno so no eka energy no ho eno so ye epo baako na de twato a ipadodo na asi eno kra na sesei omani aji ho pa no ene Ghana yesuban our attitude our mindset said ye yadwene ye adwuma se wo hwa obeka se discipline e wo Ghana ene se obia mfa mra nya hwe no eno eka wonti na ye wo ye gina bia se ye wo mu no eno ti on se sa apapo nsien can you know many there's a problem behind what ultimate interest solution from this 6
okay
90 so far economy now
yes
economy chapter now bia we find say it's a bible and ka we call
chapter 1
book chapter 1 na eno ye wo mu eno soso nchichemu on se ka economy a se obi obekma ka se obi o businessman obeka se de hia me pa ne currency no yesika no exchange rate no obi a no eno pa de hia no if so kra no ma on kra no ma kra on se exchange rate no enjina ninti no ana ama no ma ebo ekoso enti eno no die ne be about that eno na se bo obi also obeka se o da bi se me hu se aban ni ye problem pa ni ebusia ya bwa ama fa dia kopie IMF no yentimi ntua no ebi a eno no asem na ehia no eno so ehu solution bom obi so obeka se da bi ene kwakra ni se se wo ya ban na untimi control expenditure se wo de akwai se wo school eno ani se wo spend
udi
kosa tebi eno so on ehia no obi so obeka se ne aban de dia wo spend demom revenue a ubegina so a wo de spend no ene hu hia enti won se sa no ma we nyina mafa no ma be Duba 11 areas
under the economy
no ana betimi a chechire mu ho na eno achi no soso no se wo se ebi a wo sikasem ana hawa ana ebi a inflation kwa ye no ma bo ekoso no ene hia wa dia na wo begina so a wo betimi asolve sa problem ti eno soso mewrem wo ho eye mfididwuma industrialization ma chechire mu ekwan industrialization ebetimi solve yesikasem problem nyina
okay
enu achi susu masa apie agriculture mu a new agricultural revolution the beya agriculture ebetimi ama ya solve Ghana yesikasem problem ya yewe na the twato ewo economy no and tourism wo konkroko ni bi so a
yes
omuni natural resources bi ase de Ghana e gold now so tourism kwa etimi epeja oman no
Dubai
enti wa show one say obi akọ Dubai
yes
kai say Dubai na desert o na wo free ekro ti say Ghana mu say wo kọ desert if say ekwan o ma fa so a o mama ehọ aya kono obi a ekọ tourist ekọ enti say wo hwa party na say economy no chapter no kwa no ye wo macro economy ja go for kind macro economy
yes
and ye wo industry and ye wo agriculture and ye wo tourism
interesting quite an interesting one 6 minutes after 9 now and the economy no and me pese you be taking one after the other now medical culture say makan bi me they will call a year page 14 of one kasa policy no or now under expenditure very important say aban no afibia no obey budget by November every year na yakenkan ya share your expenditure na aban no ahwe kwan obefa so obe generate iska now on point 1 also achieve a budget deficit rate not exceeding 5% within a period of 2 years and no me hu ni say a massive promise because your budget yenye nyina no debia no your deficit yentimi nki order now reducing those deficits no in its numbers to 5% how achievable is this
the edikano
yes
we have no choice. Sure. What was say budget deficit crime ben first ever.
Okay.
I just say via this year and now 2025. We say sika ubenya or mine which is a revenue ubenya no 10 cities.
Yes.
Meanwhile, projects are open so no 20 cities. Open so spending 20 cities. Meanwhile, sika ebeba for 10 cities. Now it's 10 cities would the Canada. And he said, sir, 10 cities no only who sikano. And so person will spend no. Only shop should be a so kobo ebusia.
And the best also.
the best so and what me spend it scan and it's a deficit no na say time ya no or deficit say we show no me ya and it's a unya deficit as your balance book
okay
say unim say this year 2025 to mejeje no menya 10 series
yes
and na wujina so
and the share expenditure
would expenditure na say if say be akoba say amanyosem any input to dwumanti no opese o spending more than ubenya and when we say any say more than 5%.
Okay,
now 5% no the American is say even American ideal thing is ube balance say the beya there's no deficit but say deficit be bakrampa and this say more than 5%.
Okay.
Now we are making it is even enshrined in law. So see, the
Financial Management Act. No?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, Speaker, I didn't want to and I'm saying, they say, Open Minister for Finance. I am not say, and he said, deficit a cop beyond 5%. And he said, the American say, I am guaranteeing, say, will not go beyond 5%. Now, so me can say, me can confidently.
Yes.
I didn't me can confident. If it's a minimum, my church, me kwaya, me faswa, me increase government revenue.
Okay.
And my church kwaya faswa.
I be match with expenditure now.
Yes. And my church kwaya me reduce government expenditure. I bet me balance budget.
Okay.
And say share be kra. Say a tefa so crampa and more than 5%. Say over expenditure this year.
Yes.
On said the biggest expenditure Ghana. Me church not Ghana for yenti normal.
And what he hear me because and only a basis of everything.
And a basis of a one will say we salaries are.
Yes.
A year yeni ejma wa abamu compensation yes salaries.
Yes.
Na say we interest are.
You loan so
it takes almost like 98% of
your revenue. Okay.
Take the account and yet account I would know interest
yes.
Plus salaries and no a Jew revenue and today say account small percentage be a would be infrastructure and to what say now acquire to say perpetually no Ghana you have a problem unless say me reduce the size of government because on say salaries and no plus interest payment until the first now say reduce size of government.
Yes.
Now reduce the size of government it must start with your cabinet.
You remember cabinet, but you are also promising, say, Ube create jobs, create cash in the people's pocket. And to Ube reduce the size of government, it means that and be redundant.
Yes.
And how do you correspond?
What church
yes.
Say no government jobs. Yet mean more than 700,000.
Okay.
A big grand cedar. Till the making you speaker. Just a public sector jobs, ain't mean go beyond 700,000.
Okay.
And no crown pona and no in say you know. And no crown still your problem you. Paying government and you cry and no crown pona a problem. And what you say we have no option, any choice. Yet to me and you sue government juma. And for absorb nipa area school. Every year be nipa free tertiary institutions by they are more than 300,000.
Exactly.
And he said, every year be 300,000 a year school near Begumo. The Gumu that grand year juma. Now another year back, now another 300,000 a begum. It is a twatwa. Nasa near catcher will say 14.7% unemployment. It is all yawa.
Okay.
If he says any paper, you want to me and call government agency. As I say, number one. Either say call private sector.
Okay.
Ako pay juma. And now say self-employed. And nunti na makase se me kasa se met me reduce
expenditure now.
Meka if you say meaning say me say obi obewie free obewie SHS biano.
Yes.
Obeko into compulsory internship program.
Okay.
An apprenticeship. Answer na obeto aso no compulsory call into internship. On say so we school na say unya even 6 months 3 months experience in pa when which was what mu bie ama wo answer na call university no kra no na say already no unim the world of work.
Okay.
By the time I will be PA, will be school no cry. Next, we are couple of man now. Why cry? Not I just said what and no any the training say see a debema or more be free SHS.
Okay.
And now man be university and our tertiary institutions. You say, obi a person who call military no. You be more sa kunya no. And no, the discipline we here, open say, wow, you are now we need discipline. It's going to be very difficult. One person called military, you have more conya nebia from one more person conya, obiano, compulsory, you have wow, I'm one start to our juma.
Okay.
And today I say, because ye money pa and call public service. The alternative in India making.
Okay.
Start your own business. Yeah, the new fund be beba. Obi a be school biya no. Ekwa be faso a e be boa amawa start to business. Eno any the new thing a beba.
Okay.
Na eno no net say obi a starting it you. Ye be sa aboa ma tete companies. Ye ka mo bomu a cooperative. We were a new type of cooperative.
Okay.
Ye ka mo bomu a na take company amom. Adwuma bi on be say factory no be so me ya aban ebe kra equipment na mo work and pay.
Okay.
And sana ya pe managers so ama omo said e be ya e say omo company na aban abo no mate. Ya mo equipment work and pay.
Okay.
Ya mo working capital. Ana ya sa pe management team ama omo. Na management team ne be pa ama omo no ya te new company bi a your friend Ghana Executive Service Organization. One say, penifo bebre, no, omo, ewo nimdia omo, ewo business mu, professional accountants ni adiem, engineers, oma kwa retirement, omo tifie, and so omo amoding eni nimdia. Say sa your friend Gesso.
Okay.
Omo nyina ni yebebo amoma no, na omo timi a supporto sa youth owned companies here.
Mentor.
Not even mentoring.
Okay.
Managing
the company itself.
Yes, because we were teaching companies. Say so be no be we school. Obet makaze mini adwuma. Under Alan's presidency. Obi enu a obe we school. Obekaze mini adwuma.
I achievable so.
I achievable say ma church omu.
Yes.
Because say ye boa mo yeso a. Na say ye solve unemployment problem. Who solve unemployment problem a? Kai say one income no benya no na say one income tax aban benya free mo no na say aban so enya more revenue because why increase the size of wo tax base, you know.
Okay.
And our face ukra na de efe wo mukra ni say when you increase business Ghana and no you also increase I say demand.
Okay.
Because if any papa nyadwuma ye unya adwuma ya oboto no ma sika ba oboto no ma na fe wo ma ye produce no so
almost producing more.
Hey, speaker.
Horrible.
Na just say me nim kwa say economics what ya say almost produce no more na e say economy no den enu mu na omba export to be.
Okay.
So omba export to say if everybody is producing,
yes,
and young people will be a producer, not quality no so ya. On say the management team assemble.
Okay.
So quality no so ya. Say Africa so me na me gina so ema African Continental Free Trade Area. Wouldn't say no. Me na me buy.
Yes.
And today say my bomodi answer ma Africa nyina ya ka bom a ye dudwa ba akom. And say na who produce bibi wo Ghana. Say yam pabo say tadi o bepamo ubetimi ton everywhere in Africa.
Okay.
Are due to be under so. And ama ye ton ye normal any part of Africa. And just say one from it's a due to be under so. Oh, and she say no enye Ghana market nkwa so we am pabo sia ubetimi ko ton pabo no Zimbabwe. If you say Africa, no, there's no production anywhere.
Anyway, yes.
It's a few countries.
Honey important to me because under the same year revenue mobilization,
yes.
And expanding the tax base, I mean, what state say obey introduce the friend free port and or say over a year page 15 of the document or say establish a free port enclave at the Tema port to enhance vessel traffic and shipment, which will increase revenue from port services. And then it will as well increase revenue to GDP ratio as a target of 20%. And they are connected to the after. But the consensus is that also pursue be a free port. And Crawford to me the Niama Bemu, woman said then to be port. How are we going to correspond this?
So I will say
Kessben 92.9.
Dubai.
Yes.
We also go Dubai. We also go Singapore. We also go Hong Kong.
Yes.
Adenti. Say you a free port. Now the entire Emma free port will be a call and say ships are what we are saying.
Okay.
Baby are almost a Kessben any baby a free port.
Okay.
Because you can't free port now. Now says what the normal a call a whole open 7 fans say open so the normal call South Africa is here. Not Ghana a free porter. Aha. And a ships in Babajina.
To have a destination.
I have a destination.
Okay.
And Sana, work because I have a free port. Unoma bar for transshipment.
Okay.
And tonight is a mark quite to say vessels, no. Dudwana Obia Peso the bar free port. Said the Bayer, because yes, who Peso the normal call Bia a crobiswa. Would you be called baby? I said, port beer, wait me. Higher transshipment.
Okay.
And to bounce a time be a vessel traffic and a cost. And not in a Hong Kong, Singapore, Togo, you cry, can. Obia, Wako Togo, Uko a Punuswa. A Gusubebri, because a free port.
But all about the concerns again, by say, or contemporaries, or opponent, air promise a flat rate, tax regime and a duty regime, our port. Now the concerns in the BM and it's a country like ours. You say government in, government out. More a large chunk of sika womunyano if report neighbor. A quite many of us when yes sika will port war. So what person will you free you better generate revenue from there to support government.
Okay, me church ukakra.
Yes.
Se ka se free porter. No church say.
Yeah, just share.
Obi a odi no ma baba wuntu ade bi.
Okay.
I know the na ye can say free porter. A transshipment port.
Okay.
A transshipment port. I know church say yenje to port one.
Okay.
But a transshipment port, if you say a honor vessels in a person do no matter because a whole services a faster. And until say a tona ye G from Obia import to Norman.
Yes.
And no you're different from say transshipment now.
Okay. Okay.
And he said ye no free mu. Si a say aban benya sika every free port no. Na say on say ship be land wo ha. You will tour mutia.
Okay.
That's number one.
Yes.
And the more ships that are coming into your free port, the more you earn. And no Jamaica, Hong Kong, Dubai, and the services are almost charging vessels na eba hono. And no number one.
Okay.
Number two, so say sa free port no so. And now say ships do air freight cost cheaper.
Okay.
Me fan say Ghana a free porter. Africa ha ship bia e say ba ha first. Ansa na akọ. Enu nti say wo be hu say wo the ship
cargo no
containers ne ba. Enam say vessels no doors no nti no. De wo betua for one container no e bia be half.
Okay. Na atebo no so.
Na atebo no so nti obia u kra no ma ba no. We say the cost of shipping to you as an importer no half. Also they say and nam say ships do 90 ba no. And until now we say freight cost, container cost yes container shipping cost no ne bo e was no enti eno ye different Freeport concept ye different from say
the normal regime
normal regime no so and I'm say eno so ye be reduce port charges no till if you say porter what kind number of levies any charges are e wo ho a menua yasema mobo say number pepe special import levy we say inti uko page ya we say my list
yes, abolish and for instance, I say eliminate the existing compounded calculation of VAT by consolidating the NHS down. Or say abolish special import levy of 2%.
2%.
Abolish the COVID-19 levy recovery.
I didn't think COVID levy.
Report.
I didn't. Well, my import to me normal. COVID almost 4 years.
Yes.
I say disinfection fee. No. Levy idea to so. What are you disinfecting? Now, I know so.
Abolish all taxes and other charges on the importation of spare parts within 2 years of the establishment of the government of national unity.
Yes. Oh, so say ni padodo na womo complainia aduane bo any transport costs.
Yes.
Any the two most important.
Yes.
Now, transport costs, the main component of transport, is spare parts. We show more a year transport industry. Spare parts work cost not transport possible. And it is say so it may reduce taxes.
Spare parts.
So also so me buy me say within 2 years. Within 2 years not sa nhihye amaka say meye ni nyina na ezemetimi aye. Nti no me ya affect your revenue. But say utimi ema advance notice. Na dey to so make us ano say by that time cry no na ya start a produce your spare parts. On say me say in real no mu. On say be start vehicle assembly.
Yes.
Me minister no. Say Ghana is the only country in Africa, not even South Africa. You work 5 out of 6 global companies are on produce cars. What I say. So you were Toyota, your Volkswagen, your Nissan, your Hyundai, your Omunyina Peugeot, Omunyina a produce cars. Until within 2 years, now you're starting manufacture components in Ankasawa. Until now, say, I feel yes, and mobile near started into manufacturing. If they produce spare parts, now the entire you produce spare parts, and they say within Alamba, within 2 years, now you produce steel.
Okay.
Who says steel? No, you free iron.
Yes.
You produce aluminium, and you see free bauxite. And I feel so no, I feel oil na you you will add value. Now, who add value to oil and gas on your plastics? And today I say, ukra steel, ukra iron, and now aluminium. Now, ukra plastics are components here. They can in and there's one year. I don't know. My boy, me hold that. I just say my sister bibia.
But how will you respond to Obia Watifia Wotiwa no paya? Nipano ebe raise concerns. Oh, you're the longest serving trade minister on record.
Yes.
Na sa initiative yi nyina no wan fa biama
na nyina sam na mde President Kufuor time.
Okay.
The most important program under President Kufuor President Special Initiatives. And now Refi.
Me remfi ya no.
President Special Initiatives. That was the beginning of the transformation of the Ghanaian economy. Me say normal 4 pay. Ghana yanya hwe krampa normal 4 pay. You concentrate on it.
Okay.
Oil palm. One say garment. Any industrial salt. I say be among kind no. Now no. Yet me kasa ani say oil palm kwan. So we share Malaysia. No kra no ye at independence na ye kra wani musi oma. Men waduma o mesia free Ghana. Every year oil palm Omunya over $20 billion. Nya million.
Yes.
Aben ho adwuma nkwan o. Yedi ya aben kwan no. Womu process I export to $20 billion. Cocoa and mine more than $2 billion. And if you have 4 times, me my year cultivate 100,000 acres. Not say from independence. Not room more than 20,000 acres. Me under Kofo 100,000 acres account. At that time, say 4 years na Antoata. I say MPP free abem. Na say ke to aso a menwo adwuma no kwa no kabana nka Ghana ke adu anim. Okay. The same thing. And governments no. Oh, it is a obikasa na say na even President Kufuor abem. One district, one factory. The most revolutionary program in Africa, the whole Africa. ABC baby.
Very well. But no so kakraba me na messages no ababebre na men kan bi me ba ye be moving on to the other sectors because me hu say what church be especially under infrastructure kwan ye be fa so e be impunto Ghana a lot of them here. Now we say good morning Mr. Speaker. Please ask the Honorable Alan Kyerematen, was he not the minister where all these taxes were introduced and what did he do about it? Aziz Amankwa Boateng the way for Kumase ana Ebaye. Aziz made us say any message, Honorable Beyano at the amount. I say Alan can explain his own policies. Oh, but I think the Wayama will unless they be a with a different spectacle. We say Ghanaians should vote December 7 for Alan Kyerematen, the man with vision for Ghana. Humility of service and compatible human nature is what he carries. I'm Noah from Sola, Tuna, Kauba district in the northern region. We, the young politicians, should learn from the Honorable Alan Kyerematen. He carries a lot of vision. Thank you for a message. We say, good morning, Mr. Speaker. Please ask the Honorable Alan Kyerematen that all these nice ideas, why didn't he implement any of them before leaving as the longest serving minister in charge of trade at cabinet level? Sonny, would do free tema Anna Edebaye. Honorable Begiano Amon. And to me question, Honorable Medisi, and I think some Crawfords will raise the same concern. We say, good morning, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Alan, good work. I done my heart out for you. Abrecia, you sent in that one. We say, greetings to you, Mr. Speaker, and Honorable Alan Kyerematen. Please greet him for me. He is the only solution to solve the ordinary Ghanaians' problems. Other than that, Ghana moving forward will experience what we are seeing in Kenya. The GTP is the one that is going to transform our economy and our country. God bless him for his great vision for our country. Thank you for your message. We say, good morning, Mr. Speaker. I'm convinced to vote for Honorable Alan Kyerematen, but please ask him for me, how is he going to implement these plans whilst these two parties own most of the seats in parliament, and who is he going to choose as a running mate? Papa, Ediwe free Kessben Anna Ede Ebaye. Honorable, a lot of the messages in there, yes, and to concerns na me bisa.
And now almost say, person me church na me me say I was one or probably the most successful minister during Kufuor's time. Now we say President Kufuor na as a statesman, I want to make but o Canada na enunti na ene Kufuor Kufuor abaso and na during this time business pejaya one and a business minister one and a year in charge of a President Kufuor time in a golden age of business. Say responsible for it. A do time no na me minister for trade, industry, presidential special initiatives and private sector development. For every crampo esida. Eti Kufuor abaso. Yes, on an air president, but they are not or yet responsible for the private sector. Obi Bejina no bisasa na me wo identity my employer and I me church muchrewi a year from cassava, a year from oil palm, and yeah, and I me church muchrewi. President Kufuor abreso and ne utie communicators MPP communicators. Yes, they man no can want them. The only thing now one can want them say one district, one factory, and I cast here. And I want to use Omoka. Yes, Omoka. And no Miama Juma me di buyer, Miasuna man succeed here. So on the meeting. It is Obi Kase. Adentina me wo ho my na eno na me church mu say man yes I no menya
and for raise concern especially with the free port now we can for transshipment no any spare parts are within 2 years
yes.
levies near the free so no and no concern I'm sure say and for no person wo mu ho
but and I'm part of me answer
yes
chill say me ka say free port and my church mu say who create free port until me ma mu Dubai ne Hong Kong example and even Togo I say a transshipment port na we create and hana cargo nyina eba ansa na ye de akoba bibio enti uyasa na vessel traffic no higher enti unya a lot of money from even port services no and no make abanyo enye say obia wa import no ma no na akwai say who import no ma na say free. Say we import no man. Now we are in transshipment there. Of course, a free. Say we have a town wo Ghana. And no you duty and a standard. Nemum de na make can say apart from free port ade, my church mu say import duty and needs are tasks be bia ye no port no. E paper form. Now there de wo mu krampo ni say speaker. Me and I introduce you the most successful customs management system ever in Ghana. I don't know how finance minister.
I see.
One new system ICOMS. Me am the buy.
Idea.
Me yes idea. Me am the buy. And go for bomb me who negatives are. No one say me ding. Na nam say collusion. You go for edi deport mu nti no me de banya na nkofo pese mafia me enso me gina me na so ka se da bi media Ghana nti na me politics
yes
enye party asem enti bia de be ma abanya sika no na me ye na me introduce sa ICOMC me introduce no 2020 be fan say 2020 21
December bebre
December of okay
yes me kai
na wakofa system we ba but me ma statistics no 2019 na old system no na revenue enya from duty in port na 12 billion Ghana cedis tieni yo 2019 old system enya 12 billion there. 2021 all the propaganda we against this system be abano 2021 a move to 16 billion first 3 months of implementation
of ICOMS.
First 3 months of implementation 2022 22.1 billion na Ghana for the na mpesa mote maybe the system aba ana enam negative propaganda and ala ko fa bibia ye na within 1 year I didn't move from 12 billion revenue to 22 billion in 2022 2023 30.6 billion and I'm new system me dey buy now say there be na so we ti ona o tie for propaganda no ya me nye finance minister na me system am dey buy you bet me dey more revenue at the port and am dey more 2019 na old system 19 billion 12 billion
yes
2019 12 billion 2023 with the new system 30.6 billion 30.6 billion. Look at the difference. I just say just system system amediaba. Eti wo pe obia. O just say any trade industry kwa.
Yes, or track record.
Even within between the custom system buyer it mean yeah. My record is 90 and then say church mo the evidence is there.
Very well. Very important. In your earlier submission, you mentioned discipline. I mean, I made the power because discipline no idea here. Now you are promising us. John Mahama promises say or the 60 ministers be ye juma. Dr. Bawumia so 10, so be ye 50. Say once what so 10, say or the 40 ministers and be ye juma. How achievable is this?
I made me my church mo. and yes, I'm a can of trana, a fair will be at titus media. Yes, me a the lowest keke. Massa churchemu ministers, that's a be a Bible there. Governance section, my church, the number of ministers. One of the year Macapa, very important.
Yes.
Me combining finance, trade, and industry.
Okay.
Because my year Juma.
Finance, trade, and industry. Ministries in the Bible.
Because Usha for time PSI.
Yes.
Na me yeno. Senka Ministry of Finance can trade and industry one. And by now, na kaje senka PSI no. Na successful. But kabe even 10 times more successful.
Okay.
1D1F is the same thing. Even with limited budget. The meet me here with one fact. Even with limited budget from Ministry of Finance. Do you know, say, one factory met me a promoter ma aye international ninan. When you say about 2017, not even one cedi from government budget na ye support to aye. Not even one cedi from government budget near the ma one factory. And so me pe kwan bi a me ma ade ne pagya ekoye. Enti se me ka say you be reduce the size of government. What was a ministry in baby or I see it make a boom. And my list OSHA constitution the only ministry it must exist by law no and attorney general. And what you know, even the constitution prescribes say we have 19 cabinet ministers. A minimum of 19 cabinet ministers. Anna say region be also a minister. And say uko constitution now we use constitution now say 19 cabinet ministers plus 16 regional ministers. And 35. And now say would be too so for deputy ministers near there. And American it shouldn't even go beyond 40 now American. Until I made a match.
Okay, interesting. Now, baby, I am a debut no, I under the economy, but I mean, related to agriculture. So, cocoa sector reforms very important. Now, the king kind of ne me the me the asterisk, you know, at all. I say abolish the existing cocoa external loan syndication arrangement for the purchase of cocoa and issue domestic securities dominated in the local currency for the purchase of cocoa. Cocoa sector, the better reform because production conform say.
Say cocoa. Afibia no aban say ye kobobusia $2 billion.
Yes.
Syndicated
cocoa loan.
Ye koji loan $2 billion every year. Ye diabeto cocoa. Meanwhile, cocoa so $4 na to cocoa. Cocoa woma to cocoa no womo the cities and to cocoa.
Okay.
Enti se ye koji $2 billion kobobusia $2 billion. Nanso so ye the cities na to a chese ye cocoa no ye wia ese e kai se mfaso bia ye nya no ese de sa asika na asa kotwea ye loan no ka.
Okay.
It doesn't make any sense. Anunti ana meka se ye ntwam enya se ka kwaje loan.
Ye syndicated loan in free.
Ye syndicated loan in free. Na mum aban issue bonds, local bonds.
Okay.
Sika bonds ya ye issue ye. Se we na wo ka se we issue cocoa bonds I dia to cocoa ubenya sika ode na den ye sika ye di to cocoa na ye di to cocoa se ye konya free so Bank of Ghana na enya sa sika no am ye di to cocoa it's the same thing, but the beauty of this is say in this case no na say ye ton ye cocoa no ye benya full value of earnings no cocoa value na ye beton no ye fa ensam fan kotua loan biaka and it will change the dynamics.
And only a good idea, but under this same government regime where you woman we introduce you be a friend of Dachi bonds. One can the same thing say one more de beboa cocoa sector any idea. The same crop for Dachi bonds no cross haircut. the interest accrued, because of the domestic debt exchange program. I mean, Nkrofo eto ye no affected. And how will Ghanaians have the confidence? Say as I saw mudu musika bo aban bosia na interest aban promise no obetumi asan tua ne back.
As mami cheche mo kakra. Say omo issue cocoa bonds.
Yes.
Omo issue omo say dachi bonds.
Yes.
Dachi bonds no. Na at the time omo issue no.
Yes.
Say omo promise say you be tua certain interest over a period of time.
Yes.
Now one shisha no ma ye. When to me I manage economy ye. Na obobusia na a certain level. Yes. Na enunti wuntimi entria because you are not generating enough revenue which we the abusia akoboye no which we the etiaka. Now afei ukonya problem na enu hunti wuntimi entria dachi bonds one say it has nothing to do with the making till where issue bonds also enu kranye na instead anye say ye di tokoko nko for different say on them but we dey fan no say who issue say o dey talk
purposely for cocoa crowd
o say fan say o dey here
92.9
na say wa sa akobo busia bebre wantimi ntua na enu hunti akoba say wantimi ntua car wo dey nti no wo dey haircut obi a ono no abeto wo bond no afo be man haircut now it has nothing to do with the making because one person one mismanage economy no normal and borrow more because one can borrow more than a sobora and haircut bebem that way what a haircut no I say I know I buy a chair say wuko na want me manage debt a year now borrow more than you should borrow.
Yes.
Now and no so say afraid ye ukomo be haircut. One is your blame no.
Very well. All right, and not only lead to the next question because call a year page 18. Pajoko page 18.
Hey, I've heard the Bible now.
Bible.
What you said, I've heard where your friend political evangelism.
Point 1.7.
Yeah.
Debt sustainability management.
Yes.
Very important.
Yeah.
You are seeking to become president from January 7, 2025. Now, we need the current state of your womb in terms of Omanyi Yekaya Day. Now, as at this morning, Kwano, yen debt to GDP, 83%. And to a minimum over 83% as I say yeka. Now, Usha, there is a prediction by the World Financial Institution said by 2029 there na yetimia manage ababedu 69.7%. Eka ye this say ye postpone in the next 10 to 15 years.
Yes, yeah.
Obeden one manage sa economy we ya financially ye boost no enye.
Hey, and then speaker I'm said number one Nanra. Said what's here? I'm said Ministry of Finance one actually said, open so convince himself of an call.
Exactly.
Excellent question. Me cheche mukakra.
Okay.
Tamwa ye ko IMF no. Na ye ye books so no.
Yes.
Ye say ye debt to GDP no. I just say busia ya bono. Bia odi be 80 na yes debt to GDP be almost like 80%.
Yes.
80%. Sana na books mo.
Yes.
I am a for buy no amaka say there be debt to GDP amoka no. More than 80%. With debt no. More than 80% of your GDP.
Okay.
I can't what the just say move 80%. Anyina no say of normal we normal yina 80% no come now IMF for buy no am say o there be cocoa board ECG just other state agencies no ka omode no ya the government debt ho
Okay.
80% now we can be 105%. Enti no mu gina so say your debt to GDP near 105%.
Okay.
Now say ye percent IMF my busiana as ye reduce at the end from 105% to 55%.
Okay.
say ansan ye discount amount enu nti no mo ye haircut no
Okay.
na haircut no ye ka say won say na kwa wo to say even by 20 you know what can ye ti kra mpa 55%
Yeah, 69%.
69%.
And you cry 2029.
And what's the solution? The solution is say I'm a for the say and now uba be catch them say menya revenue $20 billion till the make you say ne aban for ba no mko IMF no ka say menya $20 billion from 2025 every year be benya $20 billion in revenue. Not just say who would that you know when you more revenue as you say obey me the tria work.
Okay.
It means I would make out
I
I just say who na say would me approve it from say no make me $20 billion every year from exports on Guam.
Okay.
Instead of $2 billion as they say oh yeah. And she say open $20 billion every year there. Now say obey me at work also faster than the say I say a war.
Okay.
Now a buying way there. There's no way I bet me convince even IMF no. So what I say?
Yeah.
That is why say MPP no any the credibility say bet me they are convincing even IMF say bet me reduce one debt to GDP no up to that percent because programmer governor they are no. Actually say me estimate and convince IMF say this is how they are going to earn more revenue. NDC is the same. For plan be by. Alan there me matchrow say me be president anya kra no within a matter of 2 to 3 years no your revenue kwa ankwara almost $35 to $50 billion. Church baby a sikari nya be free aba.
Very well. All right, many will wrap it up.
Okay.
Your brain into na your DSC. Now, we'll wrap it up with infrastructure, but we'll be beside important questions. Say, you know, one parliamentary aspirant.
Yeah.
And you know, oko emrashe bedwamua. Or repubia and neho. Election ya oko mizunyam file obia yet. Your name so be file it.
Yeah.
So obey president obey nebu or mine with a highly dominated parliament a NPP ni NDC na afa infrastructure na
speaker
yes
we say me di kind them just say me di kind say 20 years Alan Ghana for madum no mo tuma me be president me say me be government of national unity Alan be president me independent candidate nye party that me buy
okay
and me fa party obi a betima ye adwuma no wo parliament so ye NDC o ye MPP yo metimi afaw na obeka maba no
okay
o ye independent candidate so metimi afaw abeka maba ti say na for ye propaganda no ko fa ministers wan na ade me say government of national unity
okay
me fa bi free MPP mu me fa bi free NDC mu independent candidates on parliament for say why is the problem and no simple na say NDC wom MPP wom independent for more parliament wom how can there be confusion because obi
you drink Ghana
who straight
okay
who buy and who buy my bem no enye me foul on your own merit
or competence
na me foul just say MPP no ana waka say unyina so ni no mama ma ba oba so me be your minister we NDC nya is the same thing I say ana nyame ahia mama said me see me politics over the years you know, I'm one of the few leading politicians in Ghana me what acceptability in all the parties you know. And obi abeka say NPP for party penifo na me no more problem but the rank and file of the MPP 70 to 80% of MPP rank and file no omo nyina me no omo hwe manim and this the same thing it me catch across all CPP for so the same thing
very well Well, me will be, but when the official one, and you when I was signed, the autograph was
autograph was with mama pa said was here radio me say who said to a papa
oh there
na say me ma show me book I feel what idea na se crack